Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Um, Today I'm going to do a pre-recorded Srimad Bhagavatam. All right. I'm so sorry that last week I couldn't make it because I was having a very busy schedule. So today I'm going to pre-record on Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 1, Canto 1, chapter 9, text 33. All right. Canto 1, chapter 9, text 33. Okay. So I hope you enjoy the class. If you have any questions, any comment, feel free to contact me and also to drop a message, and I'll be very glad to assist you and to give you a very satisfactory explanation. All right. So as usual, before we start, let's do our invocation prayer. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutali Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Utta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajadam Shahagana Raghunathan Vidam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakan Vidamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimade Jayapataka Swaminiti Namine Namacharya Padaya Nitai Kripa Pradayine Gaurakada Damadaya Nagara Gramatarine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvashesha Shunyavadi Pasa Chade Satarine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimadi Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Namine Shri Varshabhnavi Devi Daitaye Kripabdaye Krishna Sambandha Vignana Daine Prabhave Namaha Madhuryo Jwala Premadya Sri Rupanuga Bhaktira Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namostute Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtaye Dinatarine Rupanuga Virda Pasidanta Dvanta Harine Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sakshat Vairagya Murtaye Vipralambara Sambodhe Padambu Jayate Namaha Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Sachidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Swarupaya Rupanu Gavarayate Gaura Virbhava Bhumestvam Nidasa Sajjana Priya Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Sri Jagannatha Yate Namaha Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubevacha Paditanam Pavinebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratrise Namaha Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhakta Avadaram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Jayatam Suratau Pangur Mama Manda Matirgati Mat Sarvasva Padambo Jaurada Madana Mohanau Divyat Vrindaranya Kalpadrumadaha Srimad Ratnagara Singha Sanasto Srimad Radha Srila Govinda Devo Pristali Sevya Manosmarami Sriman Rasa Rasa Ramdevam Sivata Tata Stita Karshan Venur Swanir Gopir Gopinata Yesri Estuna Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanustude Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivashari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivashari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivashari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Janmadeyasya yato anvayat itarascharte swa abhijna swarat Tene Brahma Hridaya Adi Kavaye Muhyanti Yat Surayaha Tejo Vari Mridanyata Vinimayo Yatra Trisargo Mrsha Damna Svina Sada Nirasta Kwahakam Satyam Param Dhimahi Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet Nasta Prayesu Abhadresu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki Hari Om Tat Sat. So Hare Krishna devotees. So today I'm excited and delighted to discuss the message of Srimad Bhagavatam with all of you, wonderful people, wonderful soul. My well wishes, because of your enthusiasm and excitement, it gives me so much of motivation, so much of inspiration to go on doing this wonderful session with all of you. Okay, so as usual, our usual practice. Before we start, let's do our prayer by Sanatan Goswami. Right, prayer by Sanatan Goswami on the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam. Sharva Shastra Vipiyusa Sarva Vedeka Satpala Sarva Siddhanta Ratnadya Sarva Lokeka Drikprada Sarva Bhagavata Prana Srimad Bhagavata Prabhu Kalidvanto Ditaditya Shri Krishna Parivartita. O Srimad Bhagavatam, O nectar churned from the ocean of all Vedic scriptures, you are the most prominent transcendental fruit of the Vedas and are enriched with the jewels of the philosophical conclusions. You grant spiritual vision to the people of the world and are the very life breath of the Vaishnava devotees. O Lord, you are the sun which has arisen to dispel the darkness of Kali Yuga. Actually, you are Lord Krishna who has returned among us. Paramananda Pataya Prema Varsyaksarayate Sarvada Sarvasevyaya Shri Krishnaya Namostume. O Srimad Bhagavatam, I offer respectful obeisances unto you. By your recitation, one attains transcendental bliss because your syllables shower down pure love of God. You are served by everyone and always you are everyone, always. For you are an incarnation of Lord Krishna. Mat eka bandhu mat sangin, mat guru man mahadana, mat nistaraka mat bhakya, mat ananda namostute. O Srimad Bhagavatam, my only friend, companion and teacher, O my great wealth and deliverer, O my good fortune and bliss, I offer respectful obeisances unto you. Asadu saduta daina nitto cha takkara anamuncha kadachinman prerna hitkanta yoshpura. O Srimad Bhagavatam, O bestower of saintliness to the unsaintly, O uplifter of the most fallen, please never leave me, accompanied by pure love of Krishna. Please manifest yourself in my heart and throat. Hare Krishna. Okay, so now we're going to continue our reading on chapter 1, Canto 1, chapter 9, text 33. Okay, before that, we just recap of what we have read last week. This is under the title of the passing away of Bhishma Dev. All right, Bhishma Dev is passing away, and this is the title. All right. So in text 32, let's see. Sri Bhishma Vacha. Sri Bhishma was saying, Iti matir upakalpita vritsna Bhagavati satvata pungave vibhumni swasukam upagate kvachit vihartum prakritim upeyushi yat bhava pravaha. He was telling Bhishma Dev said, let me now invest my thinking. All right, you want to invest. Invest means what? Something that you have and you're putting on profit. What is investment? That means you have something, you are putting into something for the idea of making profit. That is investment, right? For the idea of making profit. So here what Krishna is saying here, Bhishma Dev is telling, he say that let me now invest. So that means he is the only capability that he is having at right now is because he's disabled, he's in full of arrow and he's lying on the bed. So the only thing that he can is invest what he has. All right, you only can invest what you have, right? So similarly, is what Bhishma said, let me invest. Let me see what he has, my thinking happening in the mind, my feeling and my willing, all these under emotion, right? Which were so long engaged in different subjects, which were, all right, this is very interesting, which were long engaged, which all the while he was engaging in what? In different subjects on and occupational duties. In the all-powerful Lord Sri Krishna. Okay, so you want to invest in everything which was using for something else now for the sake of all-powerful Lord Sri Krishna. He is always self-satisfied, but sometimes being the leader of the devotees, he enjoys transcendental pleasure by descending to the material world, although from him only the material world is created. So Krishna, Bhishma is saying that he is investing all the thing that he has unto the all-powerful Lord Krishna. Previously, that he was using all these feeling, willing, thinking in order to engage in occupational duty, in different types of duty as the royal householder. Okay. So now then after that he's continuing, he's addressing Krishna, who is the self-satisfied, but sometimes being the leader of the devotee. All right. The Krishna is the leader of devotees. He enjoys. So he enjoys transcendental pleasure. So he enjoys transcendental pleasure by descending to the material world. So that means when he comes to material world, he just comes there for some kind of pleasure, transcendental pleasure. Why? To associate with devotees. Although from him only the material world is created. That means even though the material world only created by him, but sometimes he come there just to have fun with his devotees. So that was last 2 weeks ago. So today we're going to read on text 33. Three Bhuvana Kamanang Tamala Varnang Ravi Kara Gaura Vara Ambarang Tadani Vapur Alaka Kula Vrittana Jang Vijaya Sakerati Rastu Me Menavadyaha. Okay, when you see the apostrophe here, means there's a silent A there. All right, again. Three Bhuvana Kamanang Tamala Varnang Ravi Kara Gaura Vara Ambarang Dadane Vapur Alaka Kula Vrittana Jang Vijaya Sake Ratir Astu Me Anavadya. Okay. So when you look at the synonym, so we try to read the synonym first before we read the verse. Okay, this is one of the innovative idea that I've learned from my mentor, His Grace Pran Govindadas Prabhu. So I think that's very interesting. All right, we just look at the synonym first, then after that we read the verse. So you may more appreciating on the verse. Three Bhuvana. Three Bhuvana means three status of planetary system. That means three statuses of planetary system. That means upper planet, middle, and lower. All right, the status. Kamanam, the most desirable. Tamala Varnam, bluish like a tamala tree. Bluish like the tamala tree. Ravi Kara, Ravi means sun rays. Gaura, golden color. That's why Lord Chaitanya is not called as Gaura Nitai. Gaura means golden. Varambaram, glittering dress. Dadane, one who wears. Vapuhu, body. Vapuhu means body. Alaka Kula Avrita, covered with paintings of sandalwood pulp. Sandaram, sandalwood pulp. Okay. Anana Abjam, face like the lotus. Vijaya Sake, unto the friend of Arjuna. Ratiyastu, may attraction be reposed upon him. May my. Anavadya, without desire for fruitive results. Okay. Now let's look at the listing. So three Bhuvana, three stages of planetary system. Kamanam, the most desirable. Tamana Varnam, bluish like the Tamala tree. Okay. So three Bhuvana Kamanang Tamala Varnang Ravikara Gauravara Ambarang Dadani Vapuralaka Kulavrta Nabjang Vijaya Sakera Tirastu Me Anvadya. So now we just try to think, right? You just try to go into the feelings of Bhishma Dev. Right now, you see the situation. Bhishma Dev is at the verge of death. Okay, he is lying on the bed of arrow. He is in pain, literally, of course. And he gave some instruction to his grandchildren, right? The Pandavas, headed by Yudhishthira, right? He gave this kind of what they call instruction. So after he gave the instruction, and now he said the time has arrived. I start to see auspicious sign where the sun and the moon, sun is moving into the hemisphere. Remember, we have studied that northern hemisphere. So time for me to leave the body. And that time he says, Bhishma says, let me invest my thinking, my willing, and my feeling, which I used to use for material gain. All right, for my material gain. What material gain is like for the sake of handling the duty of royalty, all right, the management duty. Now I'm going to use the same sense, investing unto the feet of Krishna, all right, who is the leader of a devotee, and who comes descend to the material world just for pleasure. All right, just we are coming to the material world for suffering, but Krishna comes to the material world for ultimate pleasure. Okay, so that's the pleasure that he comes. And now, even though the earth was created, the planetary system created by him. All right, okay, now that's the thing. Now he's coming to the next verse. So imagine when he's seeing Krishna, how blissful he should be. Okay, how blissful he should be. I mean, just try to imagine. All right, the person is dying. All right, in the verge of death, and the Krishna is appearing in front of him. And that time, Bhishma Dev staring at Krishna from toes to the crown, enjoying every part of Krishna. All right, he's drinking the nectar through the eyes. All right, and at that time, he is praying and saying these praises. And imagine in what mood. So let's try to go into the mood and try to feel. Okay, so Tribhuvana Kamanang Tamalavarnang Ravikara Gauravara Ambarang Dadani Vapuralaka Kula Vrittanabjang Vijaya Sakera Tirastu Me Anvadya Tribhuvana Kamanang Tamalavarnang Ravikara Gauravara Ambarang Dadani Vapuralaka Kula Vrtananabjang Vijaya Sakera Tirastu Me Navadya Tribhuvana Kamanang Tamalavarnang Ravikara Gauravara Ambarang Dadani Vapuralaka Kula Vrtananabjang Vijaya Sakera Tirastu Me Anavadya. Let's see. Sri Krishna is the intimate friend of Arjuna. He has appeared on this earth in his transcendental body, which resembles the bluish color of the tamal tree. His body attracts everyone in the three planetary system, upper, middle, and lower. May his glittering yellow dress and his lotus face, covered with paintings of sandalwood pulp, be the object of my attraction, and I may not desire fruitive results. So this is one of the examples that Bhishma Dev is teaching everyone, the art of dying. Okay, sometimes they say that dying is something very distressful, something which is so scary, and something that everybody wants to avoid. And at the same time, people do not even want to talk about it because they say speaking about death is very inauspicious. Whether we agree whether it's inauspicious or auspicious, the death will come. As how we were born and we went to the school. We went to this primary, secondary, then tertiary education, then some skill education. Then we take lots of instruction from the elderly people, our fathers, grandfathers, our forefathers, and among our elders, but like uncles, the fellow our friends, and also the nature itself. Okay. So all these things we learn. All right. We take instruction from so many people in our lifetime. Okay. Uncountable, right? So why we do all this kind of instruction? So that we can live in this world. All right. But the most important is after, okay, so we have all taken the knowledge of living, how we should live, how we should be disciplined with our life, right? When we should get married, and how we should after once we have children, how to bring up the children, likewise. So many learnings to live. But to speak about death, why is it inauspicious? Because to be born and to live is a must. It's normal. It's automatic. Once we are born, we have to go on living. Similarly, after we cease to live, we will die. So death is something very important. So that's the thing that Vedic literature especially is teaching, the art of dying in full consciousness. Very simple. If we are conscious of Krishna, we go to Krishna. If we are not conscious of Krishna and we remain here, that's it. Right? That's only black or white. Right? It cannot be blended. All right? There's a big border in between. And this on the left hand side is white, on the right hand side is black. That's all. There's nothing in between, gray, or you mix black and white, become gray. No such thing. Either you remember Krishna fully or you don't remember Krishna fully. 99.99% you remember Krishna, and 0.0001% still you have material desire. We still have to come back here. We have to be born again. All right? Because the requirement to go back home to spiritual world, which is full of spirituality, purity, and this thing is a place where it is 100% devoid of material element. 100%. That's not even 0.0001% tainted with materialism. That's why we have to keep our mind very strong. All right. So that's why what the Bhishmadev is saying is Sri Krishna is the ultimate intimate friend to Arjuna. So Krishna, the Bhishma is why he's using that intimate friend of Arjuna, because he's to say that actually he's referring to that Krishna that's standing in front of him. All right. That's standing in front of him. So Sri Krishna is the intimate friend of Arjuna. All right. There's the Lord Narayana, Lord Narsinghadev, Lord Rama was not intimate friend of Arjuna. So who was the intimate friend of Arjuna? Is only Krishna, right? So Sri Krishna is the intimate friend of Arjuna. He has appeared on this earth in his transcendental body. That means the body that he has is Sachidananda Vigraha, is full of transcendence. All right. The same way he resembles the bluish color of Tamal tree. So Tamal tree is a tree that we can, I think we go into 10th canto, we will study, right? When gopis were missing Krishna so much because Krishna has gone to Dwaraka, and what they call what do you call? These gopis will be missing Krishna so much, and they'll be going around hugging the tree, thinking that is Krishna. All right. That's when the Gita Govind, Gopi Gita was sung. Okay, the songs of what they call separation. Okay, anyway. So now, so Tamal tree, which resembles the bluish color of Tamal tree, his body attracts everyone. So Bhishma is telling that his body attracts everyone in what? In the 3 planetary system. All right, it's not only here, in 3 planetary, upper, lower, and middle. All right, which is okay. May his glittering yellow dress. That means he's wearing a dress which is glittering yellow. Right? Dress and his glittering yellow dress and his lotus face. That means his face covered with painting of sandalwood pulp. Okay, like for instance, we are wearing tilak. Then they'll be having some kind of a decoration, right? It's covered with sandalwood pulp. All right? Be the object of my attraction. So be. So Bhishma is begging, let it be my object of my attraction. Okay, I want to be attracted to that. And I may not desire fruitive results. That's the thing. Can you imagine? If you have only a drop of fruitive result, you have to be back and start all over again. All right? Okay. Now let's look at the purport. When Sri Krishna, by his internal pleasure, appears on earth. So the Krishna's appearance on this earth, Krishna's expansion like Ram, Narsinghadev and everything, all through his internal pleasure, internal potency. All right? So when Sri Krishna, by his internal pleasure, appears on earth, he does so by the agency of his internal potency. Okay, this is something very important, right? When Sri Krishna, by his internal potency, appears on earth, that means how? Krishna own internal pleasure appears on earth. Sri Krishna, with his own internal pleasure, he appears on earth. He does so. How he does it? By the agency of his internal potency. By his agency of internal potency. The attractive feature of his transcendental body. The attractive feature of his transcendental body are desired in all the three worlds. All right? The attractive features of his transcendental body desired in all the three worlds. Everybody wants to have that, namely in upper, middle, and lower planetary system. Nowhere in the universe are such beautiful body features of those of Lord Krishna. That means nowhere, okay, in the universe. All right, nowhere in the universe they got such a beautiful body like Krishna. Therefore, his transcendental body has nothing to do with anything materially created. Okay, that means his transcendental body has nothing to do with anything materially created. Arjuna is described here as the conqueror, and Krishna is described as intimate friend. Okay, Bhishmadev on his bed of arrows. Okay, Bhishmadev on his bed of arrows after the battlefield of Kurukshetra is remembering the particular dress of Lord Krishna, which he put on as a driver of Arjuna chariot. All right, he remembers. Okay, so he's trying to remember the particular dress, okay, of Krishna when he put on the as the driver of Arjuna chariot. All right. So while fighting was going on between Arjuna and Bhishma, Bhishma's attraction was drawn by the glittering dress of Krishna. Okay, now we see this. So while Bhishma's attraction was drawn by the glittering dress of Krishna, attraction. All right, while he was fighting, but he was still looking at, he can't concentrate because he's looking at the glittering dress. So indirectly he admitted that his so-called enemy Arjuna was possessing the Lord as his friend. All right, he says possessing the Lord as his friend. So Arjuna was always a conqueror because the Lord was his friend. Right? Okay, now let's move on. Okay. Bhishmadev takes this opportunity to address the Lord as Vijaya Sakhe. All right, what is Vijaya Sakhe? Friend of Arjuna. All right, Vijaya means victor. Victor means the one who always champion. Sakhe means friend, because Arjuna is always this thing. So because the Lord is pleased when he addressed conjointly with his devotee. Now let's look at this. The Lord is pleased when he addressed conjointly with his devotees. So the Lord is always happy if we address him along with his devotee. That's why before we do our japa, we chant our Guru mantra. Right? The Guru, or like Srila Prabhupada, are the pure devotee of the Lord. And being the pure devotee of the Lord, the Krishna loves the devotee more than anything else. So now here the Lord is pleased when he is addressed as Vijaya Sakhi. Right? That means addressing along with his devotee, who are related to him in different transcendental humor. While Krishna was the chariot of Arjuna, sun rays glittering the dress. All right, when he was listening, the sun rays was glittering the dress of the Lord, and the beautiful hue created by the reflection of such rays were never forgotten by Bhishmadev. You know, when the thing hits and the thing, reflects, okay? And he says he cannot be forgotten. As a great fighter, he was relishing the relation of Krishna in the chivalrous humor, okay? So now let's look at this. As a great fighter, right? So there's always argument. Sometimes you might have gone through. Krishna is the cause of Mahabharata war. Krishna is the one who played, he's the one instigator. All right. And when Arjuna doesn't want to fight, he forced him to fight. All right. He said, no, you must fight. So Krishna is not good. There's some atheistic, foolish people used to make that kind of statement. But as what we have understood, that is a Kshatriya Dharma. Kshatriya Dharma means when you are asked to fight, you have to fight. Doesn't matter. All right. So what we can understand here from this thing that I've just highlighted, a great fighter, he was relishing the relation with Krishna in chivalrous humor. So chivalrous means in bravery. So that means he's relishing a very nice feelings by fighting with Krishna. All right. At the same time, when you see, We may, but sometimes the foolish atheists, they forget. They say, oh, Arjuna, Krishna is there. But then why did Bhishma Dev, favorite grandson Arjuna? Why did Dronacharya's favorite student was Arjuna? Why he went against them? Why he need to fight against Arjuna? For what? Okay, fine now. If you say that Arjuna shouldn't fight, Arjuna should have taken that proposal. I mean, Arjuna shouldn't have taken the proposal of Krishna of going to that, no, he said to fight. But what is Arjuna's proposal? I rather give up everything and go to the jungle and let Duryodhana keep everything. That was his proposal. But Krishna says, no, you have to fight because that's your duty. And he's saying, I'm going to kill all my family members. All right, but that's your duty. But now the question is, if we blame Krishna for instigating Arjuna, and how about on Duryodhana's side, Kaurava side? That was Dronacharya. Okay, that was Bhishma Dev. All right, let's take, there's many. Like Arjuna, what Arjuna says, I can see my fathers, that means his uncles. All right, Chittappa, Periyappa, and all these uncles. I can see my cousins, I can see my nephews. He said, I can see my sons. Sons means what? That means the son to his maternal uncle, paternal and Pangali. Right? Peripa, Chittappa. Sometimes those days, we used to call Chittappa, Peripa. We don't call Chittappa or Peripa, we call Appa. Right? Because that's a fatherly figure. And Chinnamma, Periyamma, we also call Amma. Right? And அவங்க கிட்ட பிறந்த பிள்ளைங்கள we call கூட பிறந்தவங்க. We call அண்ணன் தம்பி தங்கச்சி, right? So that's why he's telling. And sometimes say, like for instance, when a Chittappa brings the elder brother's son, right? When people ask, யார் இது உங்க மகனா? ஆமா, என் மகன் தான், என் அண்ணன் மகன். So அண்ணன் மகனும் என் மகனும் ஒண்ணுதான். So then Arjuna was telling, my sons are there. My cousins are there, my friends are there, my childhood friends are there, everyone is there. And he loved them so much, and for affection, they also love Arjuna so much. But why? But why did they stand to fight? Because that's the Kshatriya Dharma. But sometimes the foolish atheist will always say Krishna was the instigator. All right, when the Krishna was the instigator, why didn't the Kaurava army agree to that? Because he's a Pangali Sanda. Arjuna's father and Duryodhana's father are brothers. Right? When this kind of civil war is supposed to happen, they should fight without bringing in the relation. Arjuna shouldn't have bring his relations, and Duryodhana shouldn't bring his relation. He should call upon his ally and fight. You got it? So something like that, right? So that means so what we understand from here, when Bhishma was fighting against Arjuna, right? Bhishma is targeting Arjuna to kill him, and Arjuna also like fighting back to Bhishma to kill him, right? But while he was fighting, what did Arjuna did? What did Bhishma did? He was relishing the nice feeling, right, of chivalrous humor. Transcendental relationship with the Lord in any one of the different rasas, okay? The transcendental relations with the Lord in any of the different rasa or humors is relishable by the respective duty in the highest ecstasy, right? So that means relation with the Lord, okay, in different rasa or humors. Different rasa means different feeling, right? Like for instance, Mother Yasoda had a motherly rasa, right? Rukmani had a lovers, gopis were having what rasa? Madhurya rasa, I think. All right, he's having what they call the amorous, really, I mean, rasa. Okay, and when you look at this, Kamsa have the rasa of what? As enemy. All right, he came in the rasa of enemy. So like that, there are many different rasas, and all these rasas usually is relishable by the respective devotee in where? In a highest ecstasy. So what we can understand from here? That means you and I and every one of us, we have different reciprocation rasa of feelings towards Krishna. Right? Like let me see. Where did I hear the news? Where did I hear the class? I think it's from Amarinda Prabhu's class. Right? There's one particular devotee. I think it's Prabhupada disciple, if I'm not mistaken. He had Gopal. He had a Gopal deity. Right? He's a Gopal deity. So when he had a Gopal deity, he always, wherever he goes, he have to go back home by 9. Doesn't matter. He have to be back home by 9. Why? Because you have to put Gopal to sleep. And how he does? He make a milk and give milk to him. And he meditates as though he's giving milk to Gopal and putting him to bed. So he make a nice, prepare nice bed. Gopal means baby Krishna. He put it there and he do talati, rockabye baby. Sorry, he don't sing rockabye baby, but he sings a talati to put Gopal to sleep. Next day in the morning, he wakes up and he says, hey, Gopal, how are you? He was having so much of ecstatic love, right? Sometimes when people come and do kirtan, all right, sometimes when people come, he went to one place and they were doing kirtan at night. And he just, this Prabhu went out and he just looked at the dude. My Gopal is sleeping. And everybody stopped. But that night, he couldn't, this Prabhu was so restless. And next day he came, he said, you kept Gopal awake the whole night, but Gopal loved your kirtan. Please sing your kirtan. All right? Please sing your kirtan. So sometimes when you see, in temple especially, there are different raga they play at a different time. When you see the raga at night, okay, because I remember I was having that recording before, right? The raga to put Krishna to sleep. They'll play the trumpet, that kind of Indian trumpet, but in a very melodious song. Ping, 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 ping. That means they just like Tala Tamari will put them to sleep, right? In the morning when you wake up, they play the thing, pee, 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 pee. That means to awake the God, awake Krishna. In the middle, it's in the time of ecstatic. Okay, now it's a time for you to have this thing. So it will be more exciting. So there's a different type. So now we analyze this person, this devotee, right? Can we say that this devotee is sentimentally attached? Can we say this devotee is like playing a doll, just like how a child played Barbie doll, right? Hey, Barbie, now time to sleep, now time to drink milk. Is he doing that? If we think like that, it's a great offense, all right? The problem sometimes arises among the devotees when we are trying to generalize the statement. When we generalize the statement, that's when the problem starts. When we see a devotee in such rasa, we should respect that rasa because that kind of rasa reciprocation is not imitated. So he has the rasa of having Krishna as a baby. You got it, right? Like there's another rasa. Okay, I don't want to mention that Sadhu is one of the great devotee. His rasa is Radharani. He feels if anyone who do not have a kind of reciprocation feeling or the feeling towards Radharani is considered in Aishwarya mode. The Aishwarya mode means Aishwarya Ras. Aishwarya Ras means it's a mode of what they call is a mode of Vaikuntha Loka, right? He said that those who do not have that kind of feeling, that means he's writing his class always into they are in the mindset. He's in the mentality of that we are the servant of the gopis, servant of Radharani, and we are assisting Radharani in her household chores, right? At the same time, they also say that say like feeling like how it feels that we go when we are seeing that how Radharani is waiting for Krishna, that kind of loving reciprocation. He wrote that in so much detail, right? And he said he proclaimed once, right? If those people who do not have such rasa, they are in Vaikuntha Dham. All right. So we cannot do that. All right. I mean, I'm not in a qualification to correct him, but what I'm saying in generally, that of course he's a pure devotee, okay, but we are not. So we cannot say that, oh, what do you mean like that? Oh, if he says, okay, if you don't have that mood for Radharani, you're fallen. Right? No, we shouldn't do that. Like some, they like to do this kind of menial servant, right? They like to bring some vegetables for Krishna, right? They know, okay, now I'm planting the seed. So one day it's going to turn into a tree and going to give fruit, and these fruit I'm going to serve Krishna fantastically. That is also rasa, right? And some say, this is Krishna's house. Krishna lives here. How can this place can be dirty? He can do a menial job by cleaning up everything, including toilet. The toilet can be so spotless, right? He makes sure the entire place, his job from morning till night is just to clean the hall, clean the toilet, and clean the surrounding and wipe. He'll be keep wiping. Maybe we can call him OCD. All right, OCDs, right? No. But OCD for Krishna is auspicious. We cannot say, why are you keep cleaning the thing? Go to the kitchen and cut vegetable. We cannot do that. Some people who like to cook, they say, oh, no, I'm going to feed because my preparation is going directly to Krishna, just like flower. You know how auspicious to be born as a flower, right? It's so auspicious when we born as a flower, we take birth in the form of a flower, and that flower goes directly to the lotus feet of Krishna. If you are fortunate. If you're unfortunate, the flower will end up on the dead body, that Buddha, right? So anyway, so you say, how does that flower goes to the lotus feet? Direct service. The water that serves to Krishna is direct service. So the one who has that kind of service is the one who cooks. Because he cooks and he gives directly to Krishna. And Krishna is relishing that food, relishing that boga. So then what do you say? Oh, now, okay, what can I do for Krishna? It's not to say that what I like to eat. Right? What I like to eat. Example, there is a potato. I peel it. I cut it. I fry it. And I eat it. That is karma. Okay? That is karma. Secondly, I feel like eating potato. I peel the potato. I cut the potato. I fry the potato and I offer to Krishna and I eat it. There's a second mode. Third one, what I think Krishna likes. I think Krishna likes to eat potato today. So I take that potato. I'll slice that. I peel the potato. I'll cut the potato and I fry the potato and offer to Krishna. Then I eat it. That is bhakti. All right. So we must understand when we offer to food Krishna, it's not that what we would like to eat. Right? Not like just the husband asks her, when the wife sometimes used to come and ask the husband, so what would you like to eat today? Right? So what do you feel like eating today? Right? So the wife usually asks the husband, my wife used to trust me. Right? Every weekend when she's at home, she said, okay, what do you feel like eating today? All right. So it's like that. So similarly, what we do, we always like to ask Krishna, Krishna, what would you like to eat? Anything that you desire, I'll cook for you. All right. Okay. Okay. Anyway, Krishna, let me go to the kitchen. I see what is available and I believe you like it. So you just go and see the food. Okay. I think Krishna, I think today I got some cucumbers. I got some this thing. You know, I got some beetroot. Okay, I'll make some kuttu, some kulambu, rasam. I think Krishna, you've been eating so much of food. You've been eating too many gravies for the last 1 week. I think the best diet for you is rasam. It's good to clean your stomach. That is love. But when we try to imitate, when we try to comment on them, it is wrong. Right? So that's the thing. So it's not to say that it's not. Sometimes they say, okay, wife suddenly she cooks and says, the husband going to ask, what is this? I cook what I like. I like to eat this. That's why I cook. You eat. That is different, right? So this kind of service to Krishna, like cooking directly for the one who cooks, they feel I'm cooking directly for Krishna. I'm doing a direct service to Krishna. The pujari feels I am so fortunate. I'm touching and cleaning and waking up and putting to sleep to Krishna. I'm serving Krishna. I'm his personal servant. Right? I'm his PA. The pujari feels that way. The one who cleans the temple, they feel this is the place that Krishna lives and I'm keeping it clean. All right? If it's not me, then how? I cannot leave Krishna to live in a dirty place. Okay? Then what they call the farmer, the one who plants the farmer, they feel, if I didn't cultivate the land, I didn't cultivate the fruits and vegetables, do you think Krishna, so because of me, Krishna is eating to his heart's full. All right, because I'm planting, I'm getting the grains, I'm getting the potatoes, I'm getting all these gravies. All right, I'm preparing all these so Krishna can eat to the fullest satisfaction. So you see, different devotees have different conviction, different mode in serving Krishna. All right? So that is rasa. But when the rasa becomes extremely high, it becomes into ecstatic feeling. So whenever I take the broom and I start to sweep, I go into ecstasy. You know, every dust that I push away from the temple, I feel, oh my God. I'm keeping it so nicely. Krishna really loves it. I know Krishna will be dancing around this temple. His pure devotees are coming. Right? I must keep it. So they go into ecstasy. When a cook in the district, when he start to fry and when the food start to come up, the food emanates. Wow, Krishna going to love this potato. I'm so sure he's going to have a good time, gala time eating. All right. So when the pujari goes and dress the deity, oh my God, look at you, Krishna. You look so extremely beautiful. Look at you. Look at your lotus feet.
Remember that how we should worship the Lord? We have to go to the feet to the top. Remember? We have read that before in Srimad Bhagavatam. Right? So what do you say? Okay, first start with the lotus feet. Oh, look at your lotus feet. Padma Kamalam. Pada Kamalam, the lotus feet. Then slowly I come up from the toes. I start to stare at the toes. Look at the toes, looks glittering like the nails looks like a pearl. And the toes are perfectly arranged. And he stands in a dancing mode. Oh, beautiful. The place that the whole world wants to be. The whole nature, every living entity wants to catch hold of the glimpse of that beautiful toes, the beautiful lotus feet of yours. And I am so fortunate because I am seeing it every day. Oh, I'm in great ecstasy. Then slowly go to the ankles. Oh, look at that ankle bell. I put that ankle bell there and look at Krishna. Look at his lotus feet. So I put some reddish thing. And now I put some flowers on the lotus on his toenails. Right, with the pearl and with this kind of red flower, it glittering. And I put on his most beloved tulsi on top. Then slowly I go up. I look at the ankle. Then slowly I'm looking at the knees. Oh, look at your knees. So beautiful. And I start to see his thighs. All right. Then I go to that the slim what they call waist. Look at the waist, three banga. That means it's bent in three different ways. You know, you're holding this like this. No, it'll be like bending three banga. So oh, look at the hip, the way you stand. You know, the way you stand. Your hip is so attractive. It's so attractive. You know, you can attract everything around the world with the bend of your hip. Then you go to that stomach. Then after that, you go to the chest. Then slowly you go to look at the hand, which is long and beautiful, right? And then look at the fingers, the pointing finger, the thumb, the pinky finger, you know, the ring finger, the middle finger. Start to stare at all the finger, and I start to put some rings, you know, some what they call a ring on all the fingers, and on the this thing, you know, on the wrist, I start to put this bangle, you know, with the bangle combination. And after that, I put the flute inside. Oh, Krishna, I'm going to put Venum. All right, Venum. They call the flute. Venum Kwanantam Aravinda Dalayataksham Venum. That's why Krishna also known as Venu Gopal, the one who holds that Venu. Venu means flute. You know, now I'm putting the flute. Oh my God, with this beautiful flute, you're going to sing and you're going to attract the every denizens. And mainly, you're definitely going to attract Srimati Radharani. Right? That's your main, that's what you have been always doing. What is that? What is your full-time job? What is your full-time job, dear Krishna? Other than attract Radharani, Srimati Radharani, other than you attract Srimati Radharani, other than you please Srimati Radharani, what is your full-time job? Right? Then after that, you go slowly to the thing, you go to the, no? Then you look at the shoulder, you know? Here, you know, they'll put some what they call the ring around this area. I don't know what they call it, bicep or tricep. Okay, so they put there, and slowly they go and look at the chest, and they put the Kaustuba jewel, the kind of jewel, all right, and some beautiful neck beads around his neck. Then slowly you look at the neck. You know, the neck will look like three line, look like a conch. Sangu, look like conch. 1, 2, 3. Look at your neck, look like a conch, right? Conch is what? Mahalakshmi. Yeah, Lakshmi Devi. Look at the conch, right? In your throat. Oh, so beautiful. Then slowly you come and look at the chin. Oh, look at you, dear Krishna. People, the evil eye will fall upon you, Sri Krishna. Right? Your face is only to be attractive to Srimati Radharani and no one else. If some rascals, some ghosts, some idiots, I know some evil people look at you, you're going to get evil eye, Kandashti. And I'll put one black dot here, and it enhances the beauty. Oh, dear Krishna, when I put that one black dot, it increases your beauty 1,000,000 times. And slowly you go up, look at the lips, and you start to paint the lips like lipstick. It looks like bimba. Bimba is a kind of red. It's a fruit. You know, when you eat the bimba, it's a kind of fruit, like just like example, like a dragon fruit. When you eat, you know, everything will turn red. Something is called bimba fruit. All right. So and now the lips has turned into reddish. Oh my God, Krishna, you look so beautiful. Look at your lips. And slowly look at the sharp nose. And above the nose, you start to see tilak. Oh dear Krishna, you are putting tilak. Whose lotus feet are you putting on your nose? On your forehead? Whose feet are you putting on your forehead, dear Krishna? I am putting on my head is your lotus feet. I am putting your lotus feet on my head and with tulasi, offering a tulasi at your lotus feet, putting it on my head. Because I always want to remain in your lotus feet. But now, whose feet are you putting on your forehead? Ah, that is Srimati Radharani's feet. Right? And it's so attractive. Then look at your eyes, oh dear Krishna, Pundarikaksham. Your eyes looks like Pundarikaksham. Pundarikaksham means lotus eye. Right? The white things around you. Okay, it is the pond. And the black spot cornea is the lotus. Right? Okay, and inside the cornea, the thing is like blossoming. So the lotus is blossoming in your eyes, dear Krishna. Pundarikaksham, the most attractive one. You can even attract the Cupid. Madan Mohan, you are known as Madan Mohan. Right? And look at your ears. Oh, such a beautiful ears. And you start to put some tongada, some kind of this thing. I know when you blow the flute, when you in Tribanga, when you walk, your earring is going to attract all the denizens of three worlds. But most importantly, Radharani will be very attractive to you, my dear Krishna. Then slowly you look at the hair, long, curly, black, silken hair. Oh, Krishna, how beautiful you are. That's what the Pujari feels. Oh, dear Krishna, I think I got the best ever boon. The best, topmost boon that I can serve you directly. Right? So that is his rasa. Then like the Prabhu just now, I said, oh, Krishna, oh, Gopal, little boy, I know you're hungry now. Okay, what will you like to have? Okay, I think you need this, you need that. So, and okay, now time to sleep, my dear little one. Okay, time to wake my dear little one. All right, now, okay, now you just, he used to carry the thing to the kitchen. He said, now I'm going to cook all this. Make sure you be a good boy, sit there. This is what ecstasy. All right. Just like example, when Narada Muni went and visited Krishna, he had 16,108 wives. 16,108 wives. He built 16,108 palaces. Every palace is different activity. In one palace, he was serving his wife. One palace he was sleeping. Another palace, the wife was massaging the leg. Another palace, he was addressing the king, what they call the ministers. Another palace, he was playing with his children. Like that, 16,000 different characters. One example. Second example, during Rasa Leela dance. At night, when they're doing the full moon in the grove of Vraja, he'll be there and he play on his venu. He plays on his flute. When he plays on the flute, all the damsels of the Vraja, the gopis, the Radha, all will be running. They will drop everything they have. One will be breastfeeding, one will be cooking, one will be handling the husband. When he heard the thing, everything they drop and they run into the forest to be with Krishna. He will run, they will run and run and run. They will be running. And once they go there, they start to dance with Krishna. Krishna is there alone. Then after that, when he saw that all the gopis are there, so Krishna expands himself to every gopi and he started to dance. And you know what the gopi felt? Out of great ecstasy and love and affection, the gopi feels, oh, how lucky I am. Krishna is only dancing with me. But she didn't realize that Krishna expanded and all her fellow gopis all dancing with individual Krishna. So every gopi felt that Krishna is only dancing with me. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so fortunate. You understand? So similarly, our reciprocation in serving Krishna is individuality. All right, the person who sweeps the floor and cleans the toilet for Krishna feels that his service is the topmost. He felt a transcendental reciprocation with Krishna by cleaning the temple. The pujari who serves directly to Krishna, he feels the transcendental ecstasy of serving Krishna. He feels that I am doing the best service because I'm directly engaging in Krishna. And the one who cooks for Krishna, she feels that all my food is going to Krishna, that Krishna is going to have a good lunch and he's going to have a belly full of prasadam. My food is going directly. The one who plucks the flower and tie the flower into garland feels that my service is going to go to the breast of Krishna. They're going to put around his neck. It's going to adore his breast. And the flower that I pluck is going to go directly to the lotus feet. So my service is direct for Krishna. And the one who plants vegetable, the one who plants potato, he plucks the potato out. He says, yes, this potato is going to feed Krishna and Krishna will be very pleased. He feels that his service is the topmost. Like that, all the service for Krishna, doesn't matter big or small, is topmost. There's nothing Krishna doesn't give any degrees. Or your service is only 13 degrees, 50 degrees. No, he didn't say, oh, your service is only 1%. Or you do this kind of service, you can hit 10% or 100%. No. One good example, when Lord Ram was building the bridge to cross Lanka, what happened? All the big monkeys, they were carrying big boulders and they're throwing into the ocean and building the thing. And there's one little squirrel was trying to push a pebble. The little squirrel just pushed a simple little pebble into the thing. And Hanuman saw, ha, ha, ha. Hey, you little insignificant monkey, what do you think you can do? But Lord Ram was so pleased with the squirrel. He carried the squirrel on his lotus palm. And he says, I am so satisfied with the squirrel. And he just rubbed on his back. Can you imagine? He never caught Hanuman and rubbed his back or any of the monkeys. Right? So there's no big or small service. As long as we have service, but the most important thing I would like to remind all of you, never generalize your understanding. Yeah, you lazy fella, you always like to know, you only like to you always like to escape the service by only sweeping the floor. You got nothing else to do. You just simply plant the vegetable seed under the tree, like waiting for the vegetable to grow. You got nothing to do. Right? Oh, Pujari, you got a lazy man job. You just sit there simply like that only. Chant some mantra like that only. So why? Do you dare to take the book and go and distribute or not? Can you go and preach or not? You sit in the temple and sit in front of the deity. Why? You think your service is great? Mine is great because I go to the field. I'm under the hot sun. People curse me. People scold me. See, I'm greater. No, you cannot say that. It's a big aparat. The biggest problem in the society when we are trying to generalize. Sometimes it happens to one cook to another cook. Oh, I can cook this much. Why that fellow cannot cook? Within 1 hour, I can cook 5 dishes and that fellow only can make one sabji in 1 hour. We shouldn't discriminate and shouldn't compare and we shouldn't generalize. So that's what he says, that transcendental relation to the Lord in any one of the different rasas. That's anyway is relishable by the respective devotee in the highest ecstasy. Okay, so now let's continue this. Sorry, very interesting verse. Okay, so what he says. So now Prabhupada is telling, less intelligent, mundaneness. Wait, I get the. Okay. So less intelligent mundaneness who want to make a show. That means less intelligent. And what the less intelligent people are usually known as? They are the mundane people. Mundaneness, mandam, mandamanavananga, mandam, who want to make a show. They want to make a show. What the mundaneness want to do? They want to make a show. All right, what show? Of being transcendentally related, being transcendental with the Lord, artificially. That means these people artificially jump at once to the relation of conjugal love. So that means this is something very important. That's why we always say, the topmost in Srimad Bhagavatam is the 10th canto. And for you to understand the 10th canto, you have to start from the first canto. So like some mundane people, mundane, or the less intelligent people, they just like to make a show. Okay, the showmanship. What they do, what they show, they say they are transcendental related. That means they got some kind of relationship with Krishna. They artificially, or faking it, they jump at once to the relation of conjugal love, the 10th canto. The Krishna's, Radha Krishna's loving this thing. All right? Imitating. And sometimes these jokers also will imitate the damsels of Rajadam. They also imitate. All right? There's okay, now you may say, well, now, as you say, every one of us got our own rasa. You say that, what they call? The pujari have one rasa, the farmer has one rasa, the cook got different rasa, the sweeper got different rasa, the Sankirtan guy got different rasa. Why can't they have this kind of rasa? The rasa of conjugal love. So what's the problem with that? You may ask that, right? What is the problem? When everybody got rasa, I mean, these people start, but we must understand the Vedic literature totally prohibit that kind of things. There is prohibition, right? We cannot be as what they call as a hypocrite like Christians and the Muslims. What they say, as long as you become a Christian, as long as you become a Muslim, you're going to heaven. That's it. You can be the nastiest person. Once you convert, all your sins is been this thing. So you do all kind of nonsense thing. Every Sunday you go and ask for forgiveness. Okay, so we cannot do that. So we cannot say, well, why not I imitate myself as damsel of Raja? Why not I start to dress up in a sari and dance like Radharani? That happened once. That happened once, right? Once it happened. Some of that Americans, America sometimes they are very they all start to tie sari and dance like Radharani. When Prabhupada saw that, he got so furious. And he says, what are you doing, you rascals? Give it up. What nonsense? No, nonsense. Right? But of course, it's not they did it, but there is some sect in Vrindavan, they are doing it. With due respect, of course, we have no right to talk about them. But they used to. So that's what Prabhupada is mentioning. It's some artificial. Right? Then he said less intelligence. Less intelligent. He didn't say foolish rascal. He said less intelligent. Why? Because they are also devotee. But their rasa is happening without intelligence. That's all, right? Less intelligent, mundaneness. Who want to make a show by being transcendental related with the Lord. Okay, he feels that he got some relationship with Krishna. Artificially jump advanced relationship with conjugal love. I mean, immediately they start to wear sari and dance in front of Krishna. Can you imagine? Krishna, I'm your gopi. Do you remember me? Come, let me dance it like a gopi to you. That is not allowed. Why? Imitating the dams of Rajadam. That has been prohibited, even our parambara. We don't do that. All right? So such cheap relation with the Lord exhibits only the base mentality. That means the base mentality, the base. That means the brain is not developed. The intelligence is not developed of the mundane, because one who has relished, that means because why Prabhupada is saying, because one who has relished conjugal humor with the Lord cannot be attached to the world conjugal rasa. So what Prabhupada is saying, one who have relished conjugal humor or conjugal rasa with Lord, that means the loving reciprocation, like hugging, kissing with Krishna, they can never be attached to any worldly conjugal rasa. They can never do that. They can never imitate themselves like a dress like that. They'll become to the level of Babaji. If you all want to know, you can read the book called Vangsidhari Babaji. Vangsidhari Babaji was a fisherman. Now he has the highest form of rasa. Until he gave up everything, he lived like a beggar because he cannot wait to go, because nothing excites him. Dress doesn't excite him. The food doesn't excite him. Nothing excites him. He's like a delete. I mean, he's like, you just want to go back. So those people who have actually the prema bhakti, bhava bhakti, or ragatmika is not possible. Okay, prema bhakti, or raganuga bhakti. These are the people, once they achieve the feeling of that rasa itself, they can never live, they can never, imitate. They'll be in great ecstasy. Example like Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada is one of the Uttamadhikari, he's a pure devotee of the Lord. Right? He is from India. When he went to US, when he went all around the world, he never got attracted to any place that he went. He never go to the New York and say, wow, such a tall building. Oh, look at the Statue of Liberty. Wow, what is that? Oh, is that a roller coaster? Oh, what is this? He never said that. Even though he was given the most eccentric room, his room is like a palace. The disciples have get a palace for him. All right. Even one of the disciples have built a temple of gold. Of course, he built it after Prabhupada left. Right. So just imagine they made a temple of gold in New Virginia, New Vrindavan. So similarly, all the devotees they have done, he got a very royal comfort, and he never got attracted. He never enjoyed that facility. He never enjoyed the facility. He still wakes up at 2 o'clock in the morning and start translating. He never took the opportunity to sleep and have a leisure time. When he had all the disciples there to serve him, all right, to press his head, press his body, press his head, he never enjoyed it. Right? And he remained strict, and he remained renounced. He remained renounced. That is what. So when these devotees have achieved this kind of highest level of bhakti, okay, highest level of bhakti, they cannot be attached to any worldly conjugal rasa. So when they achieve that, nothing in this world excites them. You got it, all right? So that's the thing. So that means that's why these people are artificial. So properly, when they have got it, they will never act like this mundane people. Okay. Now, okay, one who have a relish conjugal humor with Lord cannot be attached to the worldly conjugal rasa, which is condemned. This is condemned. This idea is condemned. It is very important. This idea is condemned even by mundane ethics. It's even condemned by even mundane ethics. All right, even the normal ethics is condemned. The eternal relationship of particular soul. That means now Prabhupada is explaining here very nicely. So the eternal relationship of a particular soul with the Lord is evolved. Okay, the eternal relationship, the particular soul with the Lord is evolved. A genuine relation of the living being with the Supreme Lord can take any form. It can take any form out of 5 principal rasas. There's 5 principal rasas. Okay, so it can take any form. Okay, so the eternal relationship, that means we have a relationship with Krishna, we don't know what, but it can take from the 5 principal rasa. Okay, and it does not make any difference. Okay, at the same time, now let's look. It does not make any difference in transcendental degree to the genuine devotee. That means what? It doesn't make any difference. Oh, is it Sankirtan the best? Oh, that means I'm a Sankirtan guy, but he's a pujari. Oh, I'm a, I only can know how to, I only know how to cook, but look at that guy, he make very good kirtan. Oh, he's a pure devotee. No, no such thing. So what is it? It does not make any difference in the transcendental degree to the genuine devotee. Bhishma Dev is a concrete example. Is a concrete. Prabhupada is using the word concrete. Concrete example. Okay. Prabhupada says it's a concrete example. Let me highlight again. It's a concrete example. Okay. Of this. It's a concrete example. That means the rasa that what Bhishma Dev have, chivalrous. That means the rasa of fighting. When he fought with Krishna, when he look at the glittering, when he look at his face with the sandalwood pulp, when he saw his dress is yellow, with the reflection of the sun, it was glittering. Even though he was fighting with so anger, of course, you have anger only you can fight, right? If you must have anger to fight. So you so much anger, but yet he was enjoying. So that is an example. So is it that Bhishma Dev did the wrong thing? No, that is rasa. His rasa with Krishna is fighting. And he loved it, and Krishna liked it. Okay, and it should be carefully observed. All right, how the great general is transcendentally related to Krishna, to the Lord. Okay, so this is to be carefully observed on how the great general is transcendently related with the Lord. All right, so that's the thing. Such a beautiful verse. I really enjoyed the verse. So again, the verse, Tri Bhuvana Karmanang Tamala Varnang Ravikara Gauravara Ambarang Dadani Vapuralakka Kula Vritanabjam Vijaye Sake Ratirastu Mena Vadya. Text 33, chapter, Canto 1, chapter 9. So we end the session here. All right. So next week, or I think by this week or so, if I have time, I will make another pre-recorded version and we'll discuss on text 34. Okay. So I wish that, Anna, I hope that you enjoyed the recording. So please watch the recording at least 1 or 2 times for you to understand. Srimad Bhagavatam. Right. So please watch the recording and also share the recording. And after you watch the recording, you go to the YouTube and put a thumbs up. All right. We need that so that we can get highlighted. Okay. According to Dr. Tinesh, who is our IT expert, he says that the more thumbs up we get, the more comments that we get, we may get ratings. Rating means is get, what do you call? That's what you use. Highlighted. Sometimes when you go there, suddenly one website highlight. So like that, you can help us to get highlighted. All right. So till then, we'll meet again. I think by this week, I'll try to make another video on Srimad Bhagavatam, the following text, and I will share with you. If you have any questions, any comment, do not hesitate to drop the message. Drop me message, and I will be pleased to answer that. All right. So till then, have a nice day. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubevacha patitanam pavenebhyo vaishnavevayo namo namaha. Hare Krishna. Dandavad Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to Srila Gurudev. All glories to our glorious Parampara. Hare Krishna. Good night.